Alright gang, welcome back to our Frugal Millionaire Challenge on Mazo. Today's an exciting day. It's drilling day, gang. We're finally going to get something in the ground. I'm amped up about it. Now we won't be doing every single one of our fields here, but we'll at least be doing one, possibly two. So, as far as what we can... I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler there. As far as what we can put in, we can do wheat, barley, or oat. That's currently the things that we can actually drill with our John Deere here, with our 8350. Next month, we will be able to do pretty much everything else. So we can do soybeans next month, and we can do sorghum next month. So that will be good. Canola is not going to be able to be done until August. So I think we're going to wait on the canola. What I think we're going to do is we're going to put in wheat. And the reason why we're going to put in wheat is because it'll be ready to harvest in August. When it's ready to harvest, we can then flip and put canola in. That's what I think we're going to do. The only problem with that setup is that the other items we're going to put in, so if we put in soybeans or we put in sorghum, right? There's not going to be a whole lot else we can drill at the time that they're ready to harvest. We can do, if we do sorghum and we harvest it at the right time, we can do wheat and barley. Potentially canola too, right? Potentially. But if we do soybeans, I mean, that's it. Soybeans are all you can do. That's why they're worth so much money, honestly. But I'm kind of going on a tangent here, gang, but it's an exciting day. We've got a lot to get done today, a lot to accomplish today. And I gave you a bit of a teaser already accidentally because I was kind of looking at what was out in the used market today. There's a lot out there. Many things that we could utilize and would like to have. So there's a Massey Ferguson out there. Now, I want to get a tractor. I've been mentioning I want to get a tractor for a while. We're on episode 7. And we still don't have a tractor. Everybody else got a tractor in the first episode. We did not. We're trying to utilize the Gator as much as we can. The problem with this tractor is that it's really not a huge increase from what we have. We have 68 horsepower. We're going to get 82, and it's going to cost us 16 grand just for, 20 horsepower. I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. There is this out here as well, which would be nice for tree logs, but again, I think our winch is plenty. Realistically, I think we get this is what we try to get. Now, to get this, I understand we're going to have a tractor. But the reason why I'm saying that is if we're going to put in wheat, like I think we're going to do today, we're going to be able to get straw from it. We want to bale that straw, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't know for sure if that's what we're going to do. That's kind of where I'm at. Now, as far as what field we put wheat in at, I don't really know which one to pick here. I really don't. I don't know if we pick our new field, or do we pick the first field that we extended, or do we pick that field way over there? Maybe we put it in all three of them. Right? If we put it in all three of them, we could then... No, if we put it on three of them, really all we could do is do it again immediately after that. This is tough. Let's do our first field with wheat, and we're just going to do the wheat today. We're not going to do anything else in this field today. Well, in this field. I mean, we're not going to do anything else in any of the other fields today. We'll wait on those. We'll wait till the next month to do the other two fields. I think it makes more sense if we can get as much crop in the ground as possible and get as much money as we can, which means if we set it up properly, we'll be able to do 2 plantings this season, or this year, versus just doing 1. Well, okay. If we do soybeans, we can only do 1 no matter what. And if we do the wheat or the barley, we can do wheat and barley again when it's ready to harvest the following month, but that's it. That's it. I couldn't switch it around is what I'm trying to get at, right? If I do wheat now and I want to say I want to do sorghum, I wouldn't be able to do it. Now, ideally, I think the key to success here is not even going to be selling the crop when it's ready to harvest. Because when it's ready to harvest, it's not going to be worth anything. It's not going to be worth a dime. We'll be losing money. Well, not losing money, but we won't be making really anything if we just go and sell it immediately. So what we're going to need to do is either get a silo, or we're going to have to start doing some productions with them, right? Do some productions that can utilize whatever that crop is, and that way we can sell it as a byproduct. That's kind of where we're at, right? This is the worst drill I've ever done, I think, with a gator. It's not the easiest thing to do, I'm going to be honest with you, gang. Using a gator to drill. But it's not bad. We do have some pallets of some planks, and we have some pallets of charcoal, and we also have pallets, I'm missing everything again. We also have pallets of olives and grapes that we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with all of those. Well, we're going to sell the wood stuff and the charcoal. We're going to sell that. That's easy. But the grapes and the olives, we're not sure what we're going to do with those yet. Are we just going to sell them directly, or are we going to turn them into an actual production? My vision is probably putting them into production. I think that's a smarter play. Because I would suspect that they're okay money, but they're not going to be worth that much on their own. It's going to be a lot better if we put them into some kind of production and make like grape juice or olive oil or whatever it is we decide to make with them, right? I think that's the play here. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's doing good. The time of this recording, I'm literally just now getting back from my work trip out of the country. So if I took longer to get back to you, I apologize if you didn't know that. That's the reason why I was out of the country. So didn't really have any access to internet unless I was back at home in the hotel. And that didn't happen very often, right? So let's get this done. Alright, gang, that's the field drilled. Gonna be good. I bet there's some decent contracts out there today as well as far as drilling goes. We may even be able to utilize our drill to do so and make us a few bones here, right? So I think we'll leave the rest of the fields for now. I'm going to save those for the next episode, and we'll plant those in the next episode. Let's take a look before we get too far along here. Let's make sure there's not any super good contracts out there. We don't want to lose them. There's a fertilizing contract. I love the fertilizing contracts. Our fertilizer is super easy. So let's go ahead and accept that contract. Any type. Yes, good. All right, that's active. We've got a harvest for potatoes, and we've got a plowing. I really don't want to do either one of those two, honestly. So we'll just stick with the fertilizing. That'll be nice. It'll be a nice $1,300 plus a little bit of extra money income. We've got all this stuff to sell as well, right? Like I said, we're going to sort out something to do with the grapes and the olives, so we probably won't sell those today unless it's the best time to sell them. Then maybe we will. Let's just peek really quick. I would suspect it's not. Well, there's grape juice. Grape juice doesn't fluctuate that much, a couple $100. What about just regular grapes? Grapes. It does fluctuate a lot. It's actually best to sell it in May, so that's coming up here, but not currently. Olives, June, so just a month later. They're not bad. 1143 is the best for olives, and 1143 is the best for grapes. So it's really not that bad. I mean, that's actually pretty close to the average high, but regardless, I think we'll leave them there for now. We do want to sell all of the charcoal because the price is going to drop. This is like the last month that it's good until, you know, winter again. So we want to sell this to make a little bit of money. Same thing with the wood. The wood is kind of going to continue to drop here if we don't sell it. I believe wood beams, I believe, are... Did I go too far? I went too far. Here we go. Planks are best in July. So I stand corrected. The planks and the furniture we do not want to sell yet. But I know that the charcoal is bad, so we want to sell that. We can always sell the planks if we have to, though, right? Like if we're desperate for money, we can sell them. Because it's not that big of a fluctuation, and we've got plenty of wood in there. Let's jump in our little John Deere here. This thing's been great for us. The only problem with it is I mean, I can try to pick up 2. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's too heavy. But that's the only problem, is that it's you know, the actual forks themselves. See, I can't pick up 2 just by driving up to it. If I had a normal skid steer or a front loader or a wheel loader or anything like that, I could easily do it, but it's just too small to do it, unfortunately. But we're going to make good money here, because there should be a decent amount in there. Yep, they're still spawning. So I don't want to throw in another time-lapse. We just did a time-lapse. I don't want to do another one. Even though that time-lapse we did was smaller, I don't want to do another one. I don't like doing them back-to-back. We have all those coffee pods still that we're going to have to do something with those eventually, but it's not going to be today, unfortunately. And it won't be the next episode or even the episode after that. It's going to be a while. We need a lot of money to do what those are. I should have spent a little more time researching those. But what we really need to actually make money, because we're only going to make like $300 every time we sell one of those. It's not even worth me spending the gas to go back and forth selling them. What we really need is to turn it into, you know, coffee rounds or whatever. And unfortunately, at least for me, I think the PC players have a little bit more access. But for me, the cheapest one that I saw was like $68,000. And for this series, certainly we've had $68,000 before, but it's not something we have a plethora of at this point. Later on, we certainly will, but I fear the problem will be at that point is we will be maxed out on the coffee pods in there and not being able to create any more. So it's going to take a while for us to be able to put that down, that production down. That's what I'm trying to get at. This is good. We're at 30,000 now, so we've made about $10,000 off the charcoal so far. A little more than that. I think we were at like 19,000 there. So a little bit more than that. Fantastic. 32021. Really good. Really, really good. Black smoke coming out of there. Alright, we'll pop out of that. That part's done. As far as our field goes that we just drilled, I don't think it's going to say we need to do anything with the exception of rolling. We don't have a roller. That's something we can fit. So let's go ahead and get a roller now. I suspect there's nothing out here. Nope, there's not. So if we're going to buy this baler, right, it's going to cost us $22,000 to do so. And it'll leave us with $10,000 at current. We certainly can compensate for it. Like I said, if we want to sell some of these planks or we want to sell some of the grapes and the olives, or the coffee pods, I guess, but the coffee pods would take forever. Let's get the roller, and then we'll decide about the baler. The baler should still be there for a while. It's only 9 in the morning, so it should be there for a while. And we'll get the roller, we'll get this rolled, and then when that's done, we'll go take that fertilizer spreader, and we'll go get our contract done. Maybe we'll stumble across a collectible. It's been a bit since we found one of those. We know where a few are, but as I mentioned in the first episode, I'm not really going to be just driving on my way to get a collectible. Not really what I want the series to be about. I don't want the series to be about me just driving around getting collectibles just to make extra money that way. It's only going to be when we're happen to be driving past it and we either know where one is, or we happen to see one or think we saw one, or potentially where one would be where we're driving, right? This thing turns on a dime, man. On a dime. Alright, pulling up to the shop here. I'm not sure what roller we're going to get. It's probably pretty easy to decide that we'll get the roller that we almost always use. Starting out, you know, this guy right here. It's such a wide width and it's cheap. But I'm not sure we really need even that width right now for rolling. This is 2 meters, and it's a lot less money. Or we can go with this one, which is 3 meters wide. Which 3 meters is probably plenty, honestly, for most of our fields at least. I mean, once we start getting these bigger fields, maybe these would be useful, but we can always sell it. It's not like it's going to be, you know, put us in hardship at that price, right? 655. I mean, it's a no-brainer, gang. We got to go with this one, right? We got to. We don't need that. We don't need all of that. Can I change the color? No, it costs money. We're not changing color if it costs money. We'll just stick with that one. $655. That's what we're going to use. Should be able to be pulled by the Gator as well. I hope so, at least. I was thinking about leasing it, but we might as well just buy it, man. It's only $655. Just no leasing is $33. We'll buy it. That's what we're going with, gang. A very, very small roller, but it should work. And it saves us a lot of money. Now, you all know, if you watch any of my series at all, which, if you happen to be watching this one, I suspect that you do, you know how much I despise rolling. Well, that's great. She's going to sit there and flash that up the whole way. You guys know I despise rolling. I will do some of the rolling, but don't expect me to do the whole rolling here, gang. Or at least not on camera. I'll put a worker on or do something with it. Don't expect that from me. You know I can't stand it. But let's try to get through one episode where I roll the field. Let's try it. Alright, we're back. I was holding up all kinds of traffic. Scarlet and 2 Byrons. I don't know if this is actually working or not. It looks like it is. It is. It is. This thing is touchy, man. And I don't know if this was the right decision, gang. I think we kind of screwed up here. I don't know if this is the right decision or not. Man, I am all over the place. This thing, I think this might be the issue that Krusty was having, where he was using the Gator. He was trying to utilize the Gator for certain implements, and it allows the Gator to go at a crazy speed. No, it's stopping me about 9 or 10, so I guess not. Let's make sure it actually is saying that it doesn't need rolling anymore. It still says need rolling. Well, parts of it do, parts of it don't. God, I hate this. I hate this so much. Oh, I hate rolling. I should just turn rolling off on this series. I hate it. No, I can't do that. This is a tough challenge on purpose, right? But if I had my way, I would definitely be turning it off. So, we've got to think, right? Are we going to get the baler, or are we going to get the tractor? Now, as far as the balers go, there are other balers out there for cheaper than this. So perhaps we should reconsider our statement of getting this, right? Perhaps we should get the tractor. The tractor would allow us to do two things at once, right? We could have the Gator doing certain implementation stuff like rolling, and I could, hook the tractor up to our fertilizer spreader and do contracts and things like that, right? So that's kind of where my head's at. Right or wrong, that's where my head's at. Now, could we find a better tractor out there for that same price? Maybe. That's something we need to look at. So while we're doing that, let's throw a worker on this, make sure the worker can do it, which looks like they can. They're still going strong, so let's just put it on a worker for now. And let's just peek at some tractors here. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time going through here with you because I know that can get pretty boring. I mean, why do you want to watch me sit here and scroll through some tractors trying to figure out what we're going to do, right? That's not the most exciting thing. So we could get this Doltzfar for $28,000. We wouldn't have hardly any money left, but that is a significant upgrade, right? That's kind of where I'm at. I don't think it's worth getting that used tractor, even though it's a nice one and it would save us some money. I don't think it's worth it for only 20 horsepower upgrade. Right? You guys got to be with me on that, right? Got to be. So, the question is there anything else out here that we can get that has more horsepower for cheaper than $28,000? This one would be a significant upgrade. We have utilized this previously, and in other playthroughs is what I mean by that. And all the Massey Fergusons, these are going to be too expensive for sure, right now at least, starting out. Nice tractors, but too expensive for now. Same with these New Hollands. These are going to be too expensive. $22,000. This is a nice one. That might be the ticket right there. This might be our trick. Why is that so far in? There we go. We can get to 130 horsepower for less We can get it for 25.37, which would give us a little bit more wiggle room, right? But it is a two-wheel drive tractor, right? So, is it worth it to have the four-wheel drive? We're going to make a little bit of money off that contract. It's not going to be a ton of money, but we're going to make a little bit of money. I am leaning towards the Doltzfar here, gang. I really am. It's four-wheel drive. Yeah, that's too much. We can't do that one. I like that case, but we can't do that. It's too much. I think it's the Doltzfar, gang. I think it's this guy. Let's go through here and double check once more, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be the ticket here. Yep, that's our ticket. That's what we're going with. Doltzfar it is, gang. We're going to spend pretty much all of our money, but we're going for it. Okay, so the Michelin's cost me more money. Well, that sucks. You know I normally go with Michelin's or Continentals. That's my go-to for tractor wheels. So I think considering that, since we really don't want to spend any more money, even though it's only 500 bucks, we don't want to spend any more money. So we're just going to buy the standard out the box for now. I do want a beacon. I will spend the extra money for a beacon. We need it. Does it cost us any money to do this? It does, so we'll leave that be. What about these green colors? We can change these. What kind of green do we want? Or do we can go like a... Oh, no. That one costs money. If we stick... Ooh, not all of them. Some of them allow us to do it, some of them don't. That's weird. Now, let's just stick with the one they got. The rim color. I would love black. Does cost extra money, though. So if I go that, it's going to cost us a total of $400 extra for the beacon and for the black rims. I don't think we need two beacons. One beacon is plenty. Is it worth it for the black rims? Probably not. We'll just leave it be, and we can always change it later. We could lease it, certainly. We don't have anything leased right now. We're actually doing pretty good as far as the leasing stuff. I guess the only negative side on our end, we own it now. The only negative side on our end is the fact that they all have the lease to own ability, so they can just lease everything, and eventually they'll pay it off. We don't have that luxury, so they're probably, at the time of this recording, I don't know. I've watched most of the guys that are doing it, but I'm behind. Immediately, I'm behind work because of the reason of work being out of the country and everything. I'm behind, but I'm pretty sure they all have a lot more money than I do at this point. And that's just because of the ability to do the lease to own stuff, right? They're leasing everything that they want to get for, you know, a couple thousand or a couple $100, where I'm having to buy it outright, or I can only lease one thing at a time. But I think having this tractor makes sense. We actually finally have a tractor now. I didn't use this tractor. Well, at the time of the recording, it's still going, and I don't plan to. I have not and did not utilize this tractor in the 200 horsepower challenge. I think most of everybody else that did that challenge or is still actively doing that challenge utilized this tractor, just because it is really for your buck. It's one of the best ones out there. I always try to do that. I'm not perfect at it. I'm not the best, and I would never try to admit that I am, but anytime I do a series or a playthrough, I try to change things up as much as I can. There are some things that I just simply cannot. I have to utilize the same things I've used before or whatever, but I try to keep it, you know, relatively different in everything that I do. Keywords try. So I'm getting off tangent a little bit here, gang. I apologize, but let's go ahead and get this fertilizer spreader hooked up, and we can go find our field. and we can get that done. We might need more. No, we'll probably be alright. Maybe. I guess it depends on how big the field is. Man, I'm so excited we have a tractor now. That's great. Now we have two things we can utilize. We can speed things up. I can have the worker just do all the rolling for me. Because I can't stand it. Okay, where is our field at? Over here. Alright, this is good. This is similar to the area we were at where we know there's some collectibles over here. So we can pick one of those up. That's an extra $1,000. Very good. Very good, very good. Alright. Let's get over there. We gotta go out, hang a right, and then eventually we'll turn left. I think I know where I'm going here, but we'll find out. We'll take a little scenic drive here, gang. We'll put a time-lapse in here on the way there, and we'll time-lapse doing the fertilizer spreading. This should only take a few minutes, and we'll see what kind of money we get out of this. Alright, that is the field done, gang. We can go ahead and collect that. It'll be a nice $1,306 for us. And we can stop and pick up a collectible. I'm blanking. I don't know if we picked... I don't think we did pick this one up back here that was in the tree. So let's pick this one up that's in the tree. Because that's one I could easily forget. Well, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pick this up. I might need something bigger than the tractor I have to get to it. But let's see if we can get on top of the tractor and get to it. I just don't think... I'm not sure we're going to be able to. We may not be able to get it. Uh-oh. No, it's gonna want. It wants me. It keeps putting me into the tractor. I'm just trying to get into the tree, and it keeps putting me into the tractor. Nope, it ain't gonna let me get it. I'm gonna have to get something else to get this. I think Crusty had this same issue. All right, well, we're not gonna spend a whole lot of time there. We know where we'll remember where that one is. I know I said that we might not, but we will. We'll remember that one. We can grab the one in the bus stop on the way home. Looks like the worker completed their job of doing the rolling. We'll have to take a look. We might have to touch it up a little bit. Alright. Collectible found. Up to $5,061. Fantastic. Not a whole lot else that really we can utilize today, because we need to keep this money. We're going to need it for workers and other jobs and things we have to purchase, like more seed and fertilizer and all that stuff. We're going to need all that, so... Alright. Let's get into... did he get it all? I feel like he didn't. But maybe he did. Most of it. There's definitely some here that was not hit. So we're gonna have to touch this up ourselves. It's not gonna be perfect. It's really not. And I'm not going to try to go for perfection either. It's rolling. My least favorite thing in the world. And it's kind of hard to tell just by looking at here where you've been and where you haven't. I mean, you can tell right there. You can easily tell, but there's some angles where you can't see that. Like this angle, much more difficult to figure that out. It's weird. We'll go down this strip here, and then we'll leave it be. The rest of it, the little misses, we'll leave it be. It's gonna be good enough. All right, rolling's done, gang. We're all done. We'll go put this roller over here. This is another implement that really does not need to be in the shed, so we'll just kind of put it on the outside for now. Well, that went well. This thing just wants to turn as soon as you start backing it up. It will not go where I want it to go. So it's going to stay there, and that's its place. So I'm not sure what else we can do today, gang. I mean, we could drill another field, certainly, but we talked about why we're not doing that yet. This is about where you expect. It'll be 100% in the next episode, because we'll fertilize it. The only thing else we can do is see if there's any other contracts that have popped up, but I doubt it. Nope. It's just the potato harvest and then the plowing, and I don't want to do either one of those, so... I guess, gang, with that, we're going to leave the episode there. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free. Helps me a ton. And it's going to be a fun next episode, though, man. We're going to have a lot of things to do in the next episode. It'll be nice and long and make up for a couple of these shorter ones here in the early spring and winter months, right? But, yeah, we'll leave that there, gang. Again, hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. Check the links down below in the description to my other channels, the Discord, all of that good stuff. Thank you so very much. At the time of this recording, I have literally just hit over 800 subscribers. Crazy, gang. It's crazy. I really appreciate every single one of you and the support you've given me. So, yeah, with that, check out the other individuals that are doing this challenge. If you have yet to do so, I have links to their channels in the description as well. And, yeah, we'll leave it there. So, until next time, we'll see you all in the next Farm Fam.